The past few months have been insanely hectic and crazy for myself and my family, so modding up the old FJ Cruiser here has kind of taken a back seat until today. Now, I have been stockpiling a bunch of items from Amazon, and I just can't wait to get these mods going. So today I have the first installment here for our kind of summer setup. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a lighting install. The lighting install we're going to be doing today is replacing these old worn out marker lenses that are on the side mirrors. Now, I'm not just talking about replacing or changing the LED. I'm talking about completely swapping out this whole thing for a completely new little harness or setup. And as you can see in the garage here, it looks 10 times better just in the daytime. It's a little bit brighter and it's also a little bit more updated. So as you saw, I've already done the passenger side because I wanted to make sure I knew how to do it before I started explaining it to you. So now let me show you what exactly we're going to be using. And again, everything is always going to be found in the description with links and all kinds of things. So go check those out. So here is the setup. It's really simple. You have the LED little light here. You have the mounting bracket, and then you have a little wiring harness. Now again, I've already installed the one on the passenger, so this is going to be for the driver. And the only tool that's not included here that you'll need is this guy right here. Yes, there is no cutting, there is no stripping, there's no wire crimping, there's nothing. It is literally a unscrew and plug and play. And this is something that is completely different from some of the other kits that I've seen. There used to be a company called Retro something, and they sold a lot of things for FJ Cruiser, but they've gone out of business. And even the ones with the KC lights come with some wiring that you have to do, but not this guy from good old Amazon. So this is essentially what we're going to be replacing. Here is the old little light with the kaleidoscope or the bug eye or whatever you want to call it, and the one LED bulb that we used to use. And here's kind of the setup that we'll have for the new kit. The light just kind of fits in this little nook, and then we have the plugs plugging on the back, and this goes straight into where the LED would normally plug. So let's get into the actual install. Now the first step that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take the glass off of this mirror. This can be scary sometimes, especially if you have the actual factory side mirrors. My factory side mirrors at the same time had a burnout in the little adjuster on the inside, so I had to get some replacements recently. So these are just some that I got from a third party. If I can find them, I'll put them in the description. I actually like these a lot better because taking off the mirror is a lot easier. And let me show you what I mean. So it's the same kind of setup like the old ones. You want to kind of tip it up a little bit, but you don't need to stick a screwdriver in here and try to pry and twist and pop it and then not pop the pins, because the back of this mirror is a little bit different. Let me show you what I mean. So for this one, you just have to kind of pull it out and pop it, and it's going to be a little scary, just like that. Yeah, those noises are always great, but you'll see for this one, let's get a little bit closer. In this setup, there are 4 little holes, I guess you could call them right here, 4 little attachment points, because the back of the mirror is going to mimic those and have 4 little spots here. So essentially, you're just lining up the little spots there, and then it just pops back on pretty easy, which I like this a lot better than the other one where you have to pull it up, pry it, make sure it hooks in, and all that kind of stuff. So we're inside the mirror. Let me show you what the next step is. All right, so next step is 3 screws here, here, and here. They are Phillips head screws, so you can just unscrew them with a manual Phillips head, or if you like the power tools, you can use those. After you've loosened up each of these 3 screws, if you can't get them out, that's okay, because they'll eventually fall out, because our next step is we have to take off this little housing right here. To do that, you're going to take this little clip, push it down, and then you're going to kind of bookend and open it this way towards the car. So loosen this little clip by pushing it down. We just lost one of the screws, and it just comes out like that. From here, you can kind of see the inner workings, what we're going to be doing. So essentially, we're going to be replacing this whole unit right here, which is held together and held in by one final screw. But in order to kind of get to it and make it easier, we have to loosen up the actual whole outer housing here, and that is just with a couple other screws. So there's going to be one right here in the corner, and then we're also going to just go ahead and loosen that one up as well. There's one final one that's kind of hiding right behind here. So 3 on the inside. So we had 3 on the outside, 3 on the inside. So we'll go ahead and take this one out. And then these last 2 right here are going to allow us to have some wiggle room. And this will loosen up the outer piece of this mirror housing, just make it a little bit easier to maneuver. And there we go. Once the 3rd screw is out, we can now just move this kind of harness around a little bit like that. And you can see this is completely loose. Get our cords finagled a little bit. And from here, last step, we just got to take that off and pull out our old LED. And you can see here is the old unit. Before moving any further, now is probably a good time to like get in here and wipe up some of the dirt and stuff. So I'm going to do that real quick. So to get our new little setup together, the first thing you have to do is you have to plug in our wiring harness into the back of our light. And essentially what it'll do is it looks like kind of this. There's a shorter end up here, a little longer in there, and you plug it in through here. If you forget and you do it the other way, the light won't work, and all you have to do is just turn it around the other direction. Before we move any further, it is a really good idea to check and make sure you know the orientation of how this end goes into the factory little plug for the light bulb, because it is directional specific. So if you plug it in this way and the light does not come on, simply just rotate it 180 degrees and put it in the other way. So check and make sure you do that first. From here, it's just a matter of threading the wiring harness through, and this light just kind of sits and rests in this little nook on the bracket, or whatever you want to call this mounting system. So from here, we're ready to put this into this little outer housing, and the shorter side has a little notch at the top of it, and that notch is actually going to slide over the top little portion that's right here. And essentially what you're doing is you're just pushing this through the outer hole here on this outer piece, and when you do that, it should kind of push into place. Now you are going to be screwing these things down, and there's a little rubber rim that's around the outside of the light, so it kind of compresses and conforms to it. So if you don't get it in perfectly right away, just know that it will compress, and when you start screwing stuff together. I'm going to go ahead and screw the part up here in first, just to go ahead and seat it down snugly. But now is a great time, now that you have it in, to actually check and make sure that the light comes on and the orientation is correct. So I just turned on my DRLs, and you can see through the reflection of my hand here, this light is not on yet. So when we plug it in, just saw it come on, and you can see that we do have light. If I were to have had it in the other direction, does not come on. So we know that that is the correct orientation right there, because the light does come on. Now that we know that we have power, we can go ahead and start screwing everything back on. So I'll get that screw that goes in the corner, snug it up, snag the other screw that goes right here on the back of the adjusting mechanism, snug it up. And now we're ready to put that bigger piece back on. To do that, it is just the reverse process, but before we do that, we want to make sure that no wires are going to be clipped or pinched when we are putting this back in place. So it's okay to have this sticking out for now, because we will have some space up here and behind to tuck it all away once we have it attached. So what we want to do is start on the inside, kind of make sure all of our little holes and things are lining up, and it should just kind of pop back into place if we have the orientations in their correct way. Now, it may take a little bit of man or woman handling to kind of get this part right here to fit, but that could just because this is an aftermarket one. And so you can kind of see it's not, there we go. It's seated right there. Once I kind of turn it to the side, there will be a little bit of a gap right there, but that's okay. Now, after we have all of that hooked up, you can simply just tuck all of this, just kind of loop it back on itself and tuck it back in here so it doesn't get caught up on anything. And then it's time to add our mirror back. So from here, it's real simple. And then boom, they just go in like that. And then your fingerprints are all over everything. All right, we have both of them installed. So now see what this looks like in the daytime. And then when it gets dark, I'll show you the nighttime one as well. All right, there you go. Passenger side and the driver side one. Now, again, it is daytime out right now. Let's jump to nighttime real quick. All right, here's our little nighttime shot. It kind of looks sick, but you can't really tell too much. But the marker lenses are definitely brighter than the original ones, but they're not too bright that they're going to blind someone. It's just almost the same brightness, but the temperature might be a little bit wider than the corner markers. So I'm super stoked and super pleased on how these turned out. I think it gives it a lot more of a modern look to it. Now the only aesthetic thing we need to do is we got to figure out kind of this worn out black look. I've been having a lot of fun recently with some of my favorite stuff, and that is this old Rust-Oleum truck bed aligner. So what do you guys think? Do you think we should tag these? And then maybe even the door handles, and then maybe some other stuff down here? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think, whether we should use this stuff or not. So that's going to bring us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching me rig my ride for my adventure, one mod at a time.